Niners tried to finish off their season with the win against the Seahawks, but when you don't have the team that you had the year before due to injuries and trades and all those things, it's just not. It wasn't in the cards for them, and they didn't have the revenge tour that they thought they were going to have, and didn't even make the playoffs this year.
Nah, they were riddled with injuries all year, and to no fault of their own. But to finish the season with 6 wins, I think is, a real accomplishment on their part. And to hold that team together for Kyle Shanahan, with no big behind-the-scenes story, in the locker room or nothing, nobody lashing out, nobody talking mess about each other, nothing like that. It seems like they got a good locker room and they're still having positive vibes. So I like where they're at going forward. If they can just stay healthy next year and have everybody come back, and they still got a, top 10 defense, whether or not Robert Saleh leaves or not for a head coaching job.
Yeah, I heard he was interviewing for head coaching jobs again. I definitely like where they're going headed into year 4 of the Shanahan and the GM John Lynch's experiment with
Isn't it going to be year 5?
I thought year 4.
You might be right. I don't know.
You could be right. I thought it was year 4 though, because the first year they traded for Garoppolo, right? In the middle of the first year. The second year, Garoppolo got hurt. Last year, okay, you're right. We'll take it. Oh, really? They have 2 years left, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm not gonna lie, I like the way the culture of the Niners with those two at the helm, and I would kill for a coach like Shanahan compared to what we got. And you told me, and I just tried to be happy with it, but
Yeah, I like Kyle Shanahan a lot. I mean, just the Shanahan pedigree, learning from his daddy and all those winning seasons that Mike Shanahan had in Denver, even helping the Redskins get to the playoffs multiple times. And you see Kyle Shanahan's track record when he was with the Browns. They were, a somewhat decent offense. They were still a trash team, but they were still a decent offense. And when he went to Houston, he made what's his name? Matt Schaub.
Those are Matt Schaub's best years.
Yeah,
and Matt Schaub looking like an NFL quarterback.
Yep, best years, and it helped that he had Andre Johnson too. But and you saw what he did with the Falcons, getting them to the Super Bowl. Not to mention that 28-3 blown lead in the second half. But that's neither here or there. But now he's the head coach of the Niners, and third year getting them to the Super Bowl, changing that culture around, because they were lost in the win after Jim Harbaugh. And he came in and turned that thing around quick.
Fast, because after Harbaugh, it was Chip, wasn't it?
It was Tom Sula, and then Chip.
It was Tom Sula, then Chip. And I was glad for those Chip years. I was like, there's no way Chip Kelly's going to be able to run an NFL team. But
I think they're in a good position to me, and I think this year's a wash anyway, with everything going on and COVID and, all the injuries that they had, basically a wash. But moving forward, hopefully everybody healthy, the world's healthy, everybody can go back to watching games, and there'll be a good team in the NFC. There's not too many teams to be scared of besides, Aaron Rodgers.
I think a lot of the teams to be scared of are in the NFC West.
Exactly. That was the next point I was going to bring. Every team in that division is good or getting better.
Every team is, and every team in that division has been to the Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
15 years.
15. I said it. I had to think about it. I was like, yeah, high school was a while ago. My bad. I like to think it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals was in there in 06.
It was like 06, 07, something like that.
Something like that. And then recently the Seahawks got there, and 3 years ago the Rams got there. Last year the Niners got there. So yeah, that's a pretty good division. Unlike the AFC where every team in the playoffs got 11 plus wins.
Yeah, the AFC doesn't look like they're playing this year, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, speaking of the AFC, the Raiders ended the season with a win against their division rivals, the Denver Broncos, who just announced that John Elway is stepping down from roster moves or whatnot. But anyway, we ain't talking about them. The Raiders, another disappointment. They do it to me every year. I've been said it the last month or so. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I cried. Yeah, I don't know what they need. All I know is they if they get a halfway decent defense, just give me a top 15 defense, top 20 defense. That's all I'm asking for. We take the lead, we're up big, and then we give it away. Like it makes me mad every year. And I understand the people that don't like Carr, and yeah, he's a good quarterback, but you can't win with him. He's not gonna carry the team on his back. Yada yada yada. I get all that. Just give him a decent defense, please. That's all I'm asking for. And while Robert Saleh's interviewing for the Atlanta Falcons head coaching job, if they're not considering Raheem Morris, please, Raiders, please hire Raheem Morris as a DC.
I heard you guys are looking at the DC from the Chargers. Since Anthony Lynn got fired.
I do not want him at all.
You don't like him?
No.
The Chargers defense was good the last few years.
Tell me their rankings.
I couldn't, but I mean, I know they had to be in the top 15. Now he looks up the stats.
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see when the tape comes out.
I don't think so. All I know is that they lose games, close games at that.
Whose fault is that? 90% of the time, it's the kicker.
When the defense is on the field, it's not the defense's fault?
90% of the time, they're losing games because of the kicker. The last 3 years, they've been losing games because of the kicker. Yeah. I'm going to look those stats up and send them to you. Maybe.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I can't find it right now, but I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want him.
I don't know. But I mean, I do like the Raheem Morris. Shoot. I do like the Raheem Morris hire. It was a long day, man. It was a long day.
I prefer Raheem Morris or Wade Phillips over, what's his name, Gus Bradley? No, that's not his name. Is it? I don't know.
And I'm hoping we can get somebody.
Yeah. I don't think, I mean, while our offense has struggled at times, it's not the problem. There's times where the offense struggles. Yes, that's true. But our defense struggles all the time. Going into next season, I don't know what the numbers look like. I don't know what the cap numbers look like or nothing like that. But we still got the Chiefs in our division. We got the Chargers, who are up and coming with a potential superstar at quarterback with Justin Herbert. And whoever the new coach is, I mean, they still got Joey Bosa. They got Ingram on the other side of him. Derwin James on in the back end. They got playmakers on that team. And I think they should have been better than 7-9 this year. And the Broncos, I mean, they got wide receivers. They got playmakers. They just need a quarterback. So I'm not positive like I was earlier this season on the Raiders for next year. Yeah, I've said it before, and being a Raiders fan as long as I have been, you got to prove it to me before I can believe in it.
Yeah, show it to me before you can let it happen. Yeah, I'm sorry about this season. It definitely was a disappointment after you guys started off so hot. I was like, oh, the Raiders are a playoff team.
Yeah, looked like my prediction before the season started was coming to fruition.
Well,
And come Thanksgiving and later.
Well, my team was the complete opposite. We started off really bad and then got hot at the end, and they gave me a shot. And I thought we had one for about a week until I actually thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, this game actually matters." Yeah, we're gonna lose. And I hated to say that because I had faith for a few days, and I thought about it. And I was like, the game matters. Whenever the game matters, we don't win. We pack it in. And I'm just disappointed with our coaching staff this season and
they've been a team on the cusp of greatness for a few years now. They just need a leader, man. Mike McCarthy is there to run the show and do what Garrett couldn't in 9 years.
I'm glad we fired Mike Nolan because the defense looked horrendous with him in there. They've at least looked like they might know how to play defense for a quarter or half of the game. But, yeah, we lost to the Giants this week, and we gave up our playoff hopes. Washington won anyway, so we weren't going to make the playoffs if they won. But you at least want to give yourself a shot going into Sunday night to see what happens. And then the Giants got to see what happened. And they got screwed by the Eagles, talking about how he was trying to win that game, not taking Hurts out.
Man, Doug Marrone I don't like him as a coach.
He's terrible. But Doug Marrone's not the coach. Doug Peterson is.
I mean, yeah, Doug Peterson.
It's cool.
Whatever. I'm not an Eagles fan.
We caught it before the edits. It's all right. I only know because he's in the division.
Oh, yeah. He's a Super Bowl winner, though.
Yeah, I mean, that was more the defense than anything, but I feel it.
Hey, all I got to say, though, is for the Cowboys is that if this season is not any indication to Jerry Jones to sign Dak now, like
they said they're working on the long-term deal, but you know how that goes. They've been working on the long-term deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say they said that last year. Just saying.
Probably end up franchise tagged again, honestly.
That's just
to see how that knee is holding up. Ankle.
Jerry Jones messed that franchise up.
He had us looking good in the 90s, but he went old and senile like Al did before.
Him though, because I mean, all he had to do was not get an ego and let Jimmy Johnson do his thing.
Yeah. It definitely ruined a few more Super Bowl rings that we could have had with that team.
Oh yeah.
The players love Jimmy. They love playing for Jimmy. It just Jimmy got too much attention is what Jerry didn't like. And Jerry had been feeling himself because he got a few good draft picks that were pretty much can't miss. So, I mean.
Where do you see them going forward? You optimistic for next season?
Optimistic for next season. Dak coming back. If we get the linemen healthy, yes. If we don't get healthy linemen, no, we can't go anywhere without the linemen. We had eight different rotations before Thanksgiving on the offensive line.
Hey, the Raiders did too.
It's a lot. But I am happy we are picking top 10 still.
Number 10 to be exact.
Yeah, number 10. That's all I wanted all season is a top 10 draft pick, and we're picking number 10. We started at like number 2 or 3. Gave up a few spots because we wanted to win a few meaningless games. And I only asked for the Niners game. But, I'm hopeful Mike McCarthy learns how to coach over the next few months, and we figure this thing out.
Because you know who plays next year?
I haven't looked at next season's schedule.
It's just the teams, not the schedule. But the Raiders are going to Jerry World.
Oh, well, I'm sorry we'll have to dispatch of you. You know, maybe we could slide to the game since Texas doesn't have very many restrictions. They've been having people almost all season.
By that time, we'll be open. I hope.
And we hoping.
Yeah, I'm for the Cowboys. I like to think, especially in that division, you got to be optimistic they can win it next year. The Eagles look like the same old Eagles. If they don't get any receivers or a consistent running game, then they're really no good. And the Giants they're the Giants. And the Washington football team, while I think their defense is solid, but if they don't get a better quarterback, then they're a beatable team too.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants, I honestly think probably have the second best team because they just had injuries this season. But if Daniel Jones is healthy and Saquon is back there, it makes it easier for him. They probably would be contending with the Cowboys for the NFC East title. Of course, like you said, Washington is there. Alex Smith isn't a long-term solution. He might retire after this season, honestly. But, I mean, if you have a starting spot, I mean, you might come back for one or two more seasons. Yeah, it's like, what better do they have? It's me.
Right.
It's a very winnable division for the Cowboys, the Giants, the Redskins, the Washington football team. I'm sure we've been saying Redskins. I'm sorry, we're so politically incorrect.
Chris Collinsworth called them Washington Redskins last night. You caught that?
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Ding. One thing I forgot to mention in my little Raiders preview. Every team in the AFC that's in the playoffs have 11 wins or more. The Raiders went 8-8. They were 3 plays exactly from going 11-5. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Dolphins all lost in the last seconds. If we would have won those games, we'd be in the playoffs.
That has to suck because that Dolphins game was in the bag.
In the bag. And also,
defense.
Also, what I wanted to mention too about these Derek Carr haters. Yeah, he might have a career year this year, putting up numbers and yada, 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 not believing in him still. But Deshaun Jackson had the 15th best QBR of all time. 4,800 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. The Texans still went 4-12.
Deshaun Watson.
What did I say? Deshaun Jackson? Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson.
I was like, when did Deshaun Jackson throw for anything? But I figured you were saying maybe Deshaun Watson, and then once you said Texas.
My bad.
Sorry, we the edits.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to But yeah, Deshaun Watson. I mean, ain't nobody getting on his helmet. I'm just trying to put things out there. Like, it's okay for Aaron Rodgers to throw interceptions every now and then, but as soon as Derek Carr throws one, he's trashed. But I'm just saying, Deshaun Watson, everybody looks at him like as one of the elite quarterbacks, but they went 4-12, and he had a great statistical a year, top 15th best QBR in NFL history. Just saying.
Shut up, dog. I don't know. Deshaun Watson just makes it look so much better. Even when he throws an interception, it's at least a catch. It's not right to the defender. Derek Carr, I'd be like, it ain't nobody over there that's wearing a jersey that's look like yours. Why are you throwing it to him?
Oh, I mean, you know, so the defender steps right in front of the route. It's his fault. He didn't look away the defender. Okay, that's his fault. But on the other ones, you know, ball hits the receivers right in the hands and it tips up and they pick it off. It's still his fault. Okay, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's okay.
No, that's not his fault. Tip balls are tip balls, but you know, I'm looking for more.
Don't get me wrong. Okay, yeah, he hasn't wowed me since 2016. But the first 10 games of this season in that MVP conversation, not saying he was going to win, not saying he was going to get votes, but he was playing at an elite level.